Yeah. And don't forget, drinks available at the Siren's Roost, the tavern that, well, the brothel that you sponsored. Not infinite like the other place, the Satyr's Tail, but there is. I'm sure we could hustle up a free drink there. But we'll wait till you level up, then we'll see what you guys want to do. Is everybody leveled? Spells. Well, you're a paladin. If you're taking level of paladin, you're going to have to start worrying about spells. All right. Mm-hmm. Uh, let me just check my notes. Your harp hasn't, but you're about to get it very shortly. So feel free just to add the Eurus lyre if you like. It's a lyre, wasn't it? Yeah. So I think it's in there. Just search for it. It should be there. If it's not, we can add it. But I'm pretty sure it's there. Okay, so the Eurus lyre. Not technically now, but just to make it simple. Cool. And the next thing is the Notos Kaitara, another bardic instrument. That'll be the next thing that arrives. Okay. So, you've docked the ship. The only ghost seems to be Esther Arkelander, who's constantly questioning your decision to turn down literal immortality. And you find yourself on the deck. Kyra is still more or less clinging to Valis, and there's a large crowd of people outside the dock. What do you do? Hmm. Okay. Well, she's down on the dock. So you leave the dock and you go and check on Kyra. But before you get there, Kythion. Somebody says, Kythion, just a commoner type. Kythion, I really love that speech you give. You're going to do amazing things. And she holds up a baby and puts it right in your face. Bless my baby, Kythion. And that holds up the child even higher and makes it a little bit uncomfortable to see this baby raised so high. Ah, my baby has been blessed by Kython. Hallelujah. And then immediately 3 or 4 other parents come up to you. Bless our baby too, Kythion. Blessings of Kythion. Okay, as you try and push your way through the crowd, more babies are thrown into your face. And um, as you go through, as who do we have today? Is it still Corin or Crow? Who do we have? I don't think you've rested, so it's still Crow, I think. Oh, the winged one. I have a problem. You see, my friend, he lent me 10 gold pieces, and he's broke, and he's only paying me back a copper piece a day. And I did some math, and it's going to take him years to pay it back. So should I forgive him his debt, or should I just cancel it, or should I re-increase the payments? What would your advice be, Crow? We did, but he's fallen on hard times and can't really make the repayments back. So do I forgive the debt? What do I do? Well, he is a good friend. That's why I lent him the money. All hail, Kyra the Wise. Thank you, Kyra. Thank you for advice. And another person comes up. I have a similar situation. And he starts talking about, like, I want to go into the, what's it called? The academy. But I don't yet have the funds to go into the academy. I'm short, like, about 100 gold pieces, and if I work and I work and I work, I'll be 5 years old, and I won't have the time to I feel I'm getting too old. So what should I do? Should I save up the gold and wait 5 years when maybe other responsibilities come along, or just give up on going to the academy? What's your advice? Of course, what I hope for is to become an expert in the wizardly arts of divination, and I'm hoping to create almost a business out of it and support my family with it. That's the ultimate goal: is to get some type of academic training to support my family. Oh, you'd give me 50 gold pieces? And do you? Okay. How much? A gold piece a year? For 10? Just tell me. 4-year degree. Okay. Okay, thank you, thank you. All hail Kyra the Generous! Yay! Another person comes up to you. Oh, sorry. Oh, hail Crow the Generous. Hey, another person goes, hey, I want to go to university too. Can I have 50 gold pieces? Um, I wanted to study evocation. I like blowing things up. And there's a war coming up, the Oath of Peace is coming up. Maybe you need people who can blow things up. Fortunately, my tuition's 100. Your silence is concerning. Yes, yes, the academy. Yes. You just gave her 50 gold pieces. Why didn't you ask? Why didn't you ask her? Um. Okay, I'll go get the papers from my house. Just wait here for a second. He starts pushing away through the crowd. Hey, I'm too going to university. I'm studying wizard stuff. Can I have 50 gold pieces? I'll go get it. And he rushes away. I have a sick child. They're demanding 10 gold pieces for healing. Can I have 10 gold pieces to fix my child? Um, Pushes into the crowd. Make a perception check, Kyra. Kyra, damn it, Crow. You hear a slap sound, and you hear a baby crying, and then they bring the baby towards you. See, my baby's sick and crying. Sepsis. Yeah, sepsis. Sure, but the doctors asked for 10 gold pieces for the medicine. No, I don't. You would like a sick child suffer over a piece of paper? Sure, we can incite this latest woman. Yep. Yeah, seems genuine. Yeah, what he said. 10 gold pieces, please. You give them the potion. What are you doing, Finn? It's a berry. What's that going to do? Feeds the kids a berry, and oh, we believe you. And the thing holds up. My child has been cured of sepsis. And to be honest, Malcolm, the person doesn't really know what sepsis is. What is sepsis? Blood poisoning by bacteria. There we go. uh, okay, another bunch of people claiming to have 6 children come. Do you just distribute good berries to them, Fen/Crow? Okay, so just handing these out. Next, you're a fairly insightful guys. Maybe 75% of them are telling the truth. Some of them just want to be close to you. Cassandra, another you guys are just getting mobbed. If it wasn't obvious by what I'm saying, you're getting mobbed. It is proving very difficult. And a person comes up to you, Cassandra, a middle-aged man, and he says, "Is it true, Cassandra? Do you have the divine blood flowing through your veins?" Is that true? Make a deception check. I hate to tell everybody, the person says, shouting above the crowd, but Cassandra doesn't have divine blood flowing through her veins. Perhaps she is not the hero we were looking for. Okay, have a good day. And they leave you alone. They seem to want your divine blood. Okay. Uh, a young 25-year-old female comes up to you, Tethys. Says, wow, you're a Tethys, right? Oh, my, first of all, it is such an honor to meet you. I've heard amazing things about you. I got a bit of a problem, though. You see, my father, he has fallen quite ill, and he's kind of bedridden. And his only wish was to meet the mighty Tethys and, just get your blessing before he passes away. Well, would you follow me, Tethys? Oh, he would love that. She points to a house just a little bit to the south, like one of, say this house here, not far away. And he grabs your hand. Well, not grabs your hand, holds your hands to kind of gently direct you from the crowd. And as you're being gently guided by this person, someone else grabs your other hand. Ah, would you mind blessing our house as well, Tethys? I mean, I don't have a sick father, but your blessings would be greatly appreciated. No, no, he said it. No, no, no. No, come to my house first. No, no, come to my house first. The lady with a sick father pulls on one arm, rolls an 8. The person without a sick father rolls a 16. So you break away from the person with a sick father and start being dragged over to this other house. Do you allow that to happen, Tethys? Okay, beat a 16. Or if you want to break their grip, you have to make a strength check and beat a 16. Yeah. Well, so not much breaking the grip, but he's physically trying to drag you back. Oh, yes. Okay, so you gently start. The person's holding on to your hand, and they're just slipping along the cobblestones as you go to this person with a sick father. She says, Father, Father, I've brought the mighty Tethys, and he's here to sing you a song. And you see a very old, decrepit man. It doesn't take much of a medicine check to know that he doesn't have much life left of him. Just, oh, Tethys, praise be to the 5 gods that you're here. Oh, yeah, he's in pain. I've asked some clerics of the 5 to help, and they've reduced the pain, but he knows it and I knows it. He doesn't have much life left in him. Okay. We'll make a performance check. Let's see how beautiful your eulogy, Jose, is. It's quite beautiful. Is it a sad song? Is it a happy song? What type of song is it? It's a ballad. Okay, so as you sing, this guy closes his eyes and you see him kind of silently mouthing the words of the song. And eventually your song ends and you lower the guy back to the bed. Back to the... Well, you're right the first time, because as you lowered him down to the bed, here's a smile on his face. But he is dead. And the 25-year-old immediately embraces you in a hug. Oh, thank you so much. I can't think of a more beautiful way for my father to die. You are purely magnificent, Tethys. I cannot thank you enough. Oh, thank you. Tethys the Kind. That's what they'll call you. And she reaches over into an old jar on one of the shelves, pulls out a couple of copper pieces, and places copper pieces on the person's eyes. She says, "For the ferryman." Okay. Okay, that's great because it had a whole series of other things for you. Cassandra got out of it by lying. Tethys got out of it being invisible. You hear feel a pulling on your clothes and Finn, and there's a 5, 6, 7-year-old child, and they're looking up at you and they're just pulling on your cloak. Hello. My name's my name's Ronan. What's your Finn, right? I hear you could turn into an animal. Can you turn into animals? Can you can you turn into a horsey? I've always wanted to ride a horsey. Can I ride you as a horsey? Nope. Well, it's more like pushing the horse through a crowd. I mean, you guys are getting mobbed. Please. Maybe something small. Maybe a pony then. A pony's smaller than a horse. Oh. Oh, I never thought of riding a wolf. Sure, mister. Okay, so the kid takes a momentarily step back as your bones crack and fur goes over you. But eventually he jumps on your back and says, "Yay, Wolfie!" And immediately 5 other kids climb onto your back. Okay, great. So yeah, so 5 kids immediately pile onto you, and you see some kids are instantly jealous and they're trying to pull some kids off you. So one kid's trying to pull this kid off. My turn, my turn. Okay. Well, you can do that. It's going to be, in your estimate, several hours of wolf rides before you can get away. Okay. Okay. So three. Okay, lots of hours of wolfy rides. Okay. Now these requests keep coming. Babies want to be kissed. Houses want to be blessed. Tuition to be paid. Medical bills to be paid. Wolf rides to be given. And I mean, when you left, you were kind of popular, but now that you've returned with the Ultros, people are just clamoring for your attention. Eventually, where do you guys want to end up? Car is pushed away forward, presumably to the palace. Okay. Oh, look at that. The mark is conveniently on the palace. Um, so you push forward into the palace. Um, King Acastus and his dragon are nowhere to be seen. Remember, the dragon was resting above the palace in a bed of silver, not there. But you go inside, the guards let you in, and if nothing else, it's a relief once you get in there because the crowd that is following you around don't enter into the king's palace. And who are you seeking out? Ira. Kyra is in Dallas's rooms with her associate retinue, and she seems a bit more together now. I'm better now, thank you. Just some bad memories came up, and I couldn't handle it. I apologize. Thank you. Um, it's just being on that boat. It wasn't nice seeing Esther Arkelander. Just bad memories. I'm not an expert on these things, but I think what Esther was trying to do was to possess one of you and then use that as his bid for immortality. Because he can't actually, I don't think, leave the ship. But if he took one of you as his servant, um, all sorts of bad things would have happened. It would have released him to do who knows what. I don't know whether his claims of immortality and infinite power are true. I do know that his claims of infinite power and immortality were true in his mind, but I'm not sure if he was right or not. But thank you for checking in with me, Crow. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll come along. I know Python would want to come along. Um, I'm not sure. Maybe you need to have a see how your father's doing, Cassandra. Velis kind of gives Kyra another hug. I have a gift for all of you. Um, as you know, the Cerulean Gulf and the Forgotten Sea are vast and harbor many dangers. Some of your destination may even vanish and shift by the workings of capricious primal powers. powers. And of course, that power is Sidon. He's not going to make it easy for you. But I have a gift for you. And she hands you something that looks like this. If any of you watched the latest Indiana Jones movie, they were looking for something called the Antikythera. This, coincidentally, is the same name. And she says, I know you're without crew. As you saw, you guys have gotten quite the reputation now that you're left. I suggest you rest up for the day and come morning prepared to disembark. I will have a crew assembled for you. I'm sure many of them would want to be associated with your voyage. Now, every island, and I'll just bring up the map. Every island in the Forgotten Sea and the Cerulean Ocean is attuned to a particular constellation in the night. By selecting a constellation on the device, you can chart a course to its associated islands. Unfortunately, it seems as if someone has stolen a gear from the device. Until that gear is replaced, you will not be able to navigate into the Forgotten Sea. Only the Cerulean Ocean. I suspect that the Order of Sidon is responsible for this theft. In which case, Gaius is responsible for its theft. Seek out Gaius, get the missing cog, and you can then navigate to the Forgotten Sea. Does that make sense? Any questions? Okay. Now, at least one of you is familiar with the constellations across Thylia. Let me just get this document. Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. And if you go to Discord, there's a link there. I suggest you click on the link. I suggest you trust the link. If you trust your DM, click on the link. So these are all the constellations across Thylia. You'll see each of them have a name. The bear. I'll give you the bear for free. The bear takes you back to the mainland. So if you ever want to get back to the Mitros, the idea would be you point the Antikythera to the constellation of the bear, and from there navigation is quite easy. Where does the Geigen go? Huh? Where does the prisoner go? I don't know. I'll put that in. You can type on this as well. Everybody has edit access. I don't know if this comes automatically, but I suggest you... Can you see down the left the outline summary thing? With all the... Yeah, okay. Okay, good. So, there we go. So, you know the bear is the mainland. And I might as well explain this while we're here. So, travel between any two islands is 3 days. Like, let's say this island here, or even this island way down the bottom, this big one, takes 3 days to get there. So no matter which islands you travel between, it's always going to take 3 days. That's going to be relevant in a second, because Kyra says, not Kyra, Vala says, this is going to be useful for you, no doubt. You have 60 days. In 60 days' time, the Oath of Peace is going to be ending. So I suggest you travel the Cerulean Gulf, travel the Forgotten Sea, and gather your power and gather your strength, because in 60 days the Oath of Peace is going to be over. And quite frankly, it's going to be all on. We will no doubt need your help, we'll no doubt need your assistance. But you have 60 days. Well, that is good to hear. Now, Nix, I believe you're the captain of the Ultras, are you not? Well, the crew that I gather, all 100 strong of them, they will be at your beck and call. Keep in mind, though, they are simple sailors. They are not warriors. So if you ask them to fight for battles, they will surely die. Bulbug, you okay? Well, you were right. The Minotaur slaves and the Minotaur pens, that's a very politically charged situation. I would like to see them freed, but simply beyond my political capacity. If you wish to gather Minotaurs, if you want to do something about that, you can, but my hands are effectively tied. So I'll leave that in your hands. But next, or should I call you Captain Next? Captain Next it is. I see you're wearing, well, I see you're captain of the ship. Now, do not believe that blowhard of a husband of mine, King Acastus. He wants to retrieve the Dragon Lords, but it is only for his own ends. He wants the glory, and that's all he wants. But you, Nix, I distilled some wisdom in you. What do you wish to achieve? Oh, not dying is not good. There are many ways to not die, and yet you throw yourself into danger with your friends. I think you are selling yourself short. Seeing the world, as it were. There is a lot to see. You might not see this in yourself, Nix, but I see a hero inside you. I see a veneer of selfishness, but I see you. You can see the world without throwing yourself in danger. Even though you might not see it yourself, I see it in you. Not only do I see it of you, but I see you, and the rest of you for that matter, to be the new Dragon Lords, recreating the order of the Dragon Lords, and the Dragon Lords in all the good ways that matter. We need to look to the example of Xander and the bravery that he showed, and turn our backs on the way of Esther Archelander and his genocidal rage. And I think you will be critical to this new order of Dragon Lords next. How does a fortress sound? Oh, uh, Andra. Well, perhaps I'll throw this out to all of you. There is a fortress that was once held by the Dragon Lords, Xandor, Estor, and the rest of them. Unfortunately, the fortress is somewhat smaller than it should be. It has been miniaturized and it has shrunk. But if you make your way to the garden, she says, spelling it out, the Garden of Helios. You're going to ask me immediately where that is. I don't know. It is somewhere in the Cerulean Gulf or the Forgotten Sea. Slight complication. A dragon is holding the fortress of the Dragon Lords. So if you wish, I cannot comment on that. All I know there's a dragon guarding it. So seek out the Garden of Helios. Negotiate at best with the dragon. Defeat the dragon if you must. And there you can recover the fortress of the Dragon Lord. Does it contain gold next? To be honest, I don't know. But it's a goddamn fortress. Yes, but using the appropriate command word, which is Xander Horath, the the it will be maximized, as it were. And that, I think that's how you spell his last name. It's obviously the name of the first Dragon Lord. um, get on the Ultros. Well, trust me, if I would have known the answer to that, I would have given you it already. I've studied the libraries, I've studied the research, I've asked the scholars, and quite frankly, we were lucky to get that information. Guardian of Helios, Dragon, Xander Horath. So I know this is perhaps not the answer you're looking for, but your options are to get onto your Ultros, point the Anti-Kythera to the right constellation, and off you go. Make a history check. Mr. Vanished One. I'll give you a little bit of information as soon as I look it up. Uh, and you know that it's in the Forgotten Sea, so it's not immediately accessed to you anyway. And you know it is very far away, like around the extremities of the Forgotten Sea. And that's what you get for 16. It's in the Forgotten Sea and it's quite far away. So, you know, it could be this island, could be this island, could be this island. You don't know. Queen Velis says, well, I need to get a crew together for you. I suggest we meet up again in the docks in the morning. But if there are any other questions or issues you wish to ask me before your voyage of the Ultros, then now would be the time. I do not. We have to go with the constellations. Pick a constellations and go. I will say, in that constellation document that I sent you, and I saw the little pictures there. Thanks, whoever put the crown there. It looks great. There are some hints inside of the text. Like the bear. See the great bear. She's always there in the sky. So there are some subtle clues in there. All right, Queen Velis goes about her business. Kyra is still staying by her side for the meantime anyway. You guys have a day. Keep in mind it's going to be difficult to get around. What would you like to do in your remaining day in Metros? Not, not many words were right in that sentence. Okay. Well, let's say you hit... You wonder... You wander over to the slave market. Your way over there is difficult and slow as people continue to throw babies in your face, wanting blessings, wanting money. How are you guys approaching it? Are you just giving them the cold shoulder, or what are you doing? Because this, you could spend weeks here fulfilling all these requests. Okay. Once again, we describe Cassandra as more like a Bruce Lee character. Very, very strong, but very, very lithe at the same time. Um, you want to be carried around, Tethys? Oh, Tethys, of course, of course. And they start ripping down a side of someone's house. Could be theirs, could be not, you don't know. And they make a raised platform. And Tethys, up you go, come on. We'll carry you around. We'll be the servants of Tethys, yes. Come on up. And Gungai puts his hands and feet down in the mud for you to be as a stepping stone for you to get onto the platform. Okay. And you put your muddy hoof prints on the back of his guy, and the guy weeps and says, "I'm never going to wash this shirt again." And you get on top, and there are usually there's going to be 4 bearers, but there's more like 6 or so of them, all struggling or trying to prove to you how strong they are. And as you're carried towards the slave market, you hear a voice from behind you. "What the fuck happened to my house?" And you just carry on. The Minotaur Market. So the marketplace is filled with bronze cages, which surround a central raised platform, and a rank barnyard odor assaults your senses. Over a dozen unwashed ministers has been locked within cages. The Minotaurs are physically fit, but they are filthy, and many have superficial bruises and superficial cuts from battles. And you look around, and each one of the cages has a price on it, and the price varies from 100 to 250 gold pieces. And as I said, there's a dozen specimens on display. And you see a man approach your party, kind of looks up at Tethys and shakes his head a little bit. And it's quite strong. And he points to Bulbo. "Oh, you! Get back in the cage. You're an escaped slave. You know what we do with escaped slaves. Get your butt back in the cage." Bullbug? No, Bullbug, you do. Bullbug, you do. You know, you're being raised a slave, and yeah, that's better. And you see Bullbug. I mean, just no, he's an escaped. Where's your paperwork for this animal? Do you have the paperwork? No. So just out of character, I guess, Bullbug, you've been a slave your whole life, and when a slaver shouts at you, you do what a slaver says. So just keep that in mind, and it takes a lot of breaking. Kind of a sad story Malcolm has beyond that. I was talking to a black guy from South Africa, and just chatting to him. And I said I was going to Africa to do some volunteer work. And he said, well, that's great. And he said, what the really sad thing is, he said, I think of you as superior to me. I think of you as in all ways superior to me. I know in my heart that's not true, but my head tells me otherwise. So imagine that gentleman spent many years under the boot of the white apartheid South Africa. And I'm imagining that's how Bulldog feels at the moment. He's a slave when slavers tell him what to do. Yeah, so a sad story. I have happy stories too. But Bulldog, yeah, you just go, you dump Cassandra off and show into a cage. Get in there, animal! Get in there. Mm-hmm. Oh, you see this guy who's barking at Bulldog, and Bulldog is doing what he says. You look around and there's maybe about 12 of people keeping control of the animals. Like you see, animals, I shouldn't say animals, keeping control of the minotaurs. And, you know, some of them are prodding them with swords for giggles, and some of them are haggling over prices with people who want to purchase them. So 13, including the guy who was barking at Maximus. Sorry, Finn, what were you saying? Bulbug, make a strength check against Tethys, against Finn, sorry. That's a good roll. Like, sounds like a nat 20s. No. You got a 6. Yeah. You try and get it, but Bulbug just picks you up, pivots, puts you down, and just goes into the cage. And the slaver you were talking to just slams the gate shut and puts a padlock on it. Yes. Yep, drop the axe. You don't have weapons. Yep. No, no, out the cage. Out the cage. Out the cage. Okay, Cassandra picks up the axe. Oh, there's two. There's one guy you see haggling with someone who looks like a noble over the price of a minotaur. What are you perceiving next? Crow. The guy who yelled at him. Yes, his name is Maximus. There we go. So Maximus. Whoops, not Maximua. Maximus. And next sounds. Sorry, we'll finish with Crow, then we'll switch over to next. Crow. Okay, make a roll. Roll to roll to attack. Oh, let me just check his stats. I do have a stats block rule. Oh, always at least one. Let me just get his character sheet up. Bro, you take a big, you know, you're swinging with your arm. I mean, you're not swinging like Mike Tyson, who gets power from his toes and his torso and his legs and everything. You're just swinging from the shoulder, basically. And as you swing, the guy just puts up a simple shield and clang, and your fingers ring. Yeah, I know you're angry. We want to be angry. Give me 250 gold pieces and you can have your animal back. That's an escaped slave. Isn't that right, slave? You escaped. See? Oh, is that right? I 100% believe you. That all true. I absolutely 100% believe your story. 250 gold pieces. This is Crow. Sure, Finn can count out the coins. Listen, I believe every sodding word you're saying. Yeah, sure, that's fantastic. 250 gold piece release fee. Punishment for a thief. No, that's specifically for grave robbing. No, oh, I was gonna look up the law, but no, Crow doesn't know shit. I don't imagine Crow would know shit about laws and stuff inside of Metros. So no. I'll leave it to luck. 1 to 3, they come to an agreement. They come to agreement. The person hands over some gold to uh, the the slaver auction guy, I guess, and one of the minotaurs is what a chain around his neck. The noble's got some thugs with him, and the noble starts dragging the minotaur away. I imagine what. Well, I'm. What? Are you gonna punch me again, you stupid broad? Okay. Okay. Well, the DM has to come up with some stuff on the fly. So we'll do it this way. Do theater of the mind, but we'll use this to keep track of our tokens. Uh, Notice how I labeled your Octo Wolf there, Finn. And this guy gives a bit of a clue away. Let's roll for initiative, because why not? Roll for initiative. I'll pull back into his initiative. Yeah, you should roll. Because why not? Okay, we got everybody. Yeah, this is in there. Great. Oh, no, Kyra's not there. Kyra's off feeling a little bit sad. So we'll just move her over there. And we got the gladiator. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just fast forward the initiative. I know it's weird. And we're going to start with Cassandra because she's going to try and grapple this person. Okay, so make your grapple. Well, actually, I'll roll it first, and I'll tell you what you need to roll. If I get my sheet correct. Okay, we'll do it that way. So, athletics plus 10. 21. Oh! 21 is an awesome roll. Okay, so you grapple hold of this guy and says, "Get your filthy paws off me!" Okay. Now, there is a bunch of his cronies as well. I'm going to give them all one initiative order. Oh, there we go. They happen at the end anyway. Okay, so you pick him up and he says, "Guards! Guards, I'm being assaulted! To me at once!" And you hear these people start running towards you. Corin? Well, first of all, make an intimidation check. I really want Crow to roll well for this because Crow is visibly upset. Oh!
Natural 20!
So we'll see. Crow yelling like she's never yelled before. And all the people running towards you, all these guys over here, stop for a second and they're looking around for leadership. Effectively, they're going to miss their next turn as they look around. And Corin, you can try to get his thing. I mean, the only thing that is his movement to 0. So I'm going to make this an opposed dexterity check. As you try and grab it, he tries to slap your hand away. So he rolls a 15. Rollies! Roll a flat d20. Yeah, you almost grab it, but he twists his hands, puts both hands on it, and he starts yelling, "Guards! Guards!" And he tries to kick you in the shin, Cassandra, but he fails because you've got to grapple. But that's thematically what he's trying to do. So that was your action to try and grab the keys, Crow, and unfortunately you didn't. Anything else? So you back up. As you back up, he goes to headbutt you. So I'll just do a straight attack roll. And he rolls a 16. So he goes to headbutt you with his helmet, but unfortunately you dodge out of it. And the shield goes up. And just because it's satisfying, he cuts his head by headbutting you with his helmet, and he takes 1 point of damage for a failed attack on Crow. So he takes 1 point of damage, and a little blood starts dripping down his face. As you back you up a little bit, Crow. Now, this is more theatre of the mind. Next! So watch this madness happening. What do you do? From Maximus? Okay, so that's a strength saving throw, right? Or strength check? He rolls a 16. The key, he's got 2 hands on it. Oh, ouch! It was a bonus action for the telekinesis, right? Okay, Bullbug, I think a wisdom saving throw is in order. Ooh, that's a natural 20, but I'll do the fail sound. Natural 20 gets a wah wah sound. Beautiful. Okay, next, anything else? Itheon. Sure. Oh, this is just... I'll say you can get 5 of them. I mean, they aren't exactly here like theatre of the mind stuff, so... And roll your 5d8 if you're casting it at first level. If you click on the purple bit in the text where it says roll 5d8 and it's in purple, if you click that purple thing, there we go. So you cast sleep. 5 people are affected and none of them go to sleep. They all have 32 hit points. Okay, they're all running towards you. And as they run towards you, Crow finds her voice. And they all stop and, what the hell? And that's all they're going to do. They're not going to do anything this round. Tethys is also panicking, not sure what to do. And the gladiator, Maximus, the leader of the slaves, he's going to try and break your grapple. You can... Oh, okay, well, first of all, he rolls 28. That's better. Shit. He struggles some more. He can do this 3 times. 12. I don't think he can fail to it. Well, maybe. Natural 1, we'll call it rollies. Okay. And one more time, finally rolls a 24. Struggling. And he doesn't get through, and that's his turn. Finn. So mechanically, that will be quarter their movement speed, right? Okay. So bear grows up and they start struggling their way through it. Okay, nice. And it's instantaneous. Okay, cool. Okay, so the thugs, well, the slavers, they start struggling to get there. They're going to take a long time to get there. Bullbug, feeling the years of frustration after being a slave. What do you do? Oh, there's a clock on this. Okay, Cassandra. This gladiator, this Captain Maximus, is desperately trying to get through your grip, but he can't. Okay, he's going to roll. Oh, natural one. Fuck. I don't think you can fail that, even if you roll a natural one. So you push him on the ground. He's now prone. I think we'll do an opposed athletics check. That rolls a 12. Oh, once again, I don't think you can. How do you roll a 2 on those? Oh, yeah, you grab the key off him. Okay. Persuasion at disadvantage. Bullbag's in a bad place. Bullbug, you sure these were your friends? Mm. Yeah, you're in a bad mental place, so you're not persuaded by a 13. Oh, well, we'll see how. Crow, you. Okay, Crow, you have the keys. Okay. To unlock the door, it does. To open a door is a free action, but it's locked. So you can use an action. Okay, now absolutely you can do Fireball. I have to point out a couple of things as well, though. There are lots more people around here than is shown on the map. There are people browsing for slaves. There are people negotiating for slaves. Are you fireballing the crowd? Well, let's put a fireball. A few civilians. Well, let's have a look. We'll put your fireball. Well, there's a 20-foot fireball. There's a 15-foot fireball. Yeah, there are 4 innocents in this one. There are 3 innocents in the smaller fireball. Well, innocent is an odd word. There are 3. We'll say there's a noble and 2 of his employees, and in this one there's a noble and 3 of his employees. Okay. Now, just a question. When you say, do they automatically make their save, so they automatically take half damage? Or do they take no damage? Any damage. Okay, so who are you? So innocent civilians are safe. That's great. And who are you targeting? Cassandra? Maximus? So, okay, so just Cassandra and the gladiator. Whoops. It does look cool as a fireball erupts in the slave market. Beautiful. I think you need to make a dexterity saving throw, Cassandra. And do you have danger sense yet? Yep. Yeah, there we go. 17, so 15 points of damage. And you can roll for Maximus. He has a +5 to his dex. Roll a d20 and add +5. Bro. Oh. So Cassandra turns her back and rolls with it, and most of the fireball is enveloped on the back of Cassandra, but he still takes 15 points of damage. And now he's... And now, yep, you can see his health bar, and he's screaming out for the centurions of the city. There's the... Okay, we'll see what happens when it gets back to Maximus's turn. Next, what do? You have the keys. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One thing I'll point out, which might affect your decision. You have the key to Bullbug's cage. There appears to be only one key on the chain. You have the key to all Minotaur cages. Okay. Make a persuasion check. I'm going to set the DC at 20. And if he makes it Bullbug, you finally listen. It's going to take a dirty 20. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Natural 20!
Fantastic. Bullbug, he's starting to make sense. Sorry. Shit. Mm-hmm.
surge and cast invisibility on myself and move to the next gauge.
Okay, invisibility, concentration. Okay. Last thing tonight, as we will resolve this madness next week. Not the way I saw the session going, but I'm absolutely loving it. Kythion.
Okay, so Kythion is going to shout to the other minotaurs in cages, and he's going to say, "We are your liberators. There's no words for freedom, only action. Watch our actions." And then he's going to cast silence around himself. So
Okay.
it's 20-foot radius. And I don't want anyone calling for help, so yeah. Silence.
Just giving him a silence beatdown.
That's
But mostly
Yeah,
I was
cover.
saying all that so the minotaurs know when they're free to attack
You sound
the slavers.
Well,
Okay, they're
I feel like from a Minotaur perspective, that was very anticlimactic. You said watch our actions and then just got deathly quiet.
Yeah, I said there's no sounds for freedom. No words for freedom. Watch our actions, and then we're gonna kill these guys.
Oh, okay. Not that current action, the future actions. I got
Yeah.
I was
You
ready
sound
for a bunch of different things. Then a natural 20. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Wow.
Did you
Oh.
silence cover Finn?
I'll
Just
be
curious.
interested to see how this works out last week. You said a fireballs in public markets. Have you released a raging minotaur? Nex is, I assume, going to go unlock several cages. Pro is out for death. All right. A pleasure as always.
And now
people.
Bulbulk is not scared anymore. You've unlocked his rage. This is gonna be odd.